Hi everybody. I want to um yeah. I want to come on here and talk to you about Canyon's murder. If y'all don't know him, he was an little 5-year-old boy and he got shot and killed by an black man. Now everybody keep on talking about why it's no justice. No, everyone keeps talking about race this, um, with this crime, whatever, and everyone keep on talking about why nobody is like burning down buildings. Ronald it's in protest, basically like what happened with George Floyd. After George Floyd's death, people is like protesting, rioting, burning down buildings, whatever. Like, give it a break, people. Like, just because we don't, just because we're not like protesting or rioting, burning down buildings for what happened to Canyon, don't don't mean we don't care. And I'm not saying about we. I'm not just saying black people. No, I'm just saying like other race of people in general. Now, we're not doing it, we're not protesting, rioting, whatever, because he already got justice. The man that did it, not, if I'm not mistaken, he got life in jail, prison. He got life in prison, so it already got done, it already got served, and basically if we would have protest or riot, it won't make sense. Because he got justice. Now, there's a lot of people out here that being killed that don't get no justice. Same as like Breonna Taylor. She haven't had she haven't got to no justice yet. So before y'all say, oh, y'all protesting, rioting, whatever for George Floyd, but when a white boy get killed, we're not doing nothing, we're not protesting, whatever. It's just frustrating that everything has to be about you. And not just about you, but everything has to be about race. Everything that happens don't have to be all about race. And that's why people is saying all over TikTok. People saying all over TikTok is like, oh, we're not protesting for him. We're not saying his name out there. Like we say George Floyd name out there because it's different. it's different in the way white people get justice quickly, whatever, and black people don't get no justice. And I'm not saying that if a white person is got killed, whatever, don't kill. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm like saying white people, when they get killed, most of the time they get justice like that within few days to few weeks. Black people, when black people get killed, they don't get justice like that. Like Breonna Taylor been dead for I think few months already. Why the heck no justice is sought for her? Or Kendrick, I forgot his last name, but he was an high school student, and his body was found in the school's mat, and with his organs replaced with newspaper. It's been years since that case happened, and he still don't have justice. So before you say that, before you say that, I say, oh, white people don't deserve no justice. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that white people quickly get justice quickly, and then black people, most of us don't get justice. So when y'all say, oh, we didn't do nothing, we didn't say his name, we didn't march, we didn't protest, because I've been seeing that all over TikTok. He got justice. The man is in jail, so he got justice. But it's like everything has to be about race with people. Like it don't have to be about race every time. And if I'm not mistaken, he didn't just decide to kill a 5-year-old boy. If I'm not mistaken, I think I, now don't quote me on this, but I think he was shooting at someone else or something else, and he and the 5-year-old boy was like in the crossfire and got hit and passed away. But don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. And I really haven't like heard the full story, but I had to say I had to make a video about it because I keep seeing people on TikTok keep on basically saying why we're not saying his name, why we're not protesting, why we're not burning down buildings, why we're not rioting for him. But when George Floyd died, we started rioting, protesting. It's slightly different. It's slightly different in the fact that when white people is murdered and killed, they automatically get them justice. But when a black person gets killed, we don't get justice. And it angers me that when a black person get killed, we don't get justice like white people. And many people say, well, why his name wasn't on the news, why it wasn't on the news, because he got justice 72 hours after it happened. Well, I heard that he got justice 72 hours after it happened. So 72 hours later after the boy died, they found the man. They charged the man. And he's now in jail. I think he's in jail for life. But I just want people to stop putting race in everything and everything like that. I'm not going to say like stop talking about the story. I'm not going to say that, but I'm not going to say stop talking about the story in race form. Like, meaning that y'all could say, oh, this boy died. And this happened or that happened. But every time I see it on TikTok, it's always a race matter. Like, people say, oh, why that story is not on the news? Oh, because a white kid got killed by a black person. No, it's not the case. The reason why that story is not on the news because he already got charged. And plain and simple, he already got charged. And most of the time, they put news on the news when they're like either haven't charged and person yet or the person it's raining. Oh wow. Yeah, and most of the time they haven't charged the person yet or the person is on the run from the cops most of the time. So don't sit here and say, oh, they didn't do this or they didn't do that because he was black. Everything is a race when it comes. Like, I'm just like tired of, yeah, because like everything don't have to be about race. Everything don't have to be about race. And I'd say that only in the video, the reason why we're not burning down buildings, rioting, protesting, is because, like, as people say, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Hispanic Lives Matter. All lives matter, but to me, people care deeply about the white people. And yes, a white boy died. We still killing about him. We're still killing about him. We still saying his name. We're still keeping up with the story, even though we not burning down buildings, protesting, or rioting. That don't mean nothing. The reason why we riot, protest, whatever, when it came to George Floyd, because it happens to black people a lot more than it happens to white people. And I will just be honest. Killings. It happens to black people more than it happens to white people. And not just that, but we don't get no justice. Like, it's a lot of black people that been killed, and they still haven't got no justice, like Breonna Taylor, Kendrick, I forgot his last name, but, it's a lot more black people that haven't gotten no justice yet. And that's why we, did that when George Floyd died. Now, even though we're not doing it when Cannon died, if y'all don't know Cannon, that's his name. Even though we're not doing it when he died, we're still saying his name. We're still hearing about it, even though it's not on the news, and even though we're not rioting, protesting, it don't mean his name is not brought up. And I'm just tired of everyone thinking that everything has to do with race. Everything really don't have to do with race. And that's why y'all need to get through your heads that everything don't have to do with race. So I hope y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe.